Welcome everyone to Don't Fear Finance. Today we'll talk about an investment that I've talked about quite lightly on this channel, but I think I should do a video talking about the pros and cons before I invest my time into explaining how this investment works and how to invest in it. It is the investment of real estate. Real estate is the investment that will stay around forever. Everyone needs a place to stay. As the population grows, so does the ever-increasing demand of real estate. If you get this investment right, and you know how to put your money into that property as well as how to gain profits each month, you could basically live off of real estate. To most things in life, there are both pros and cons. I'm not one of those gurus who's like, this investment has no downsides. If you pay me large sums of money, you'll probably get your money back. Anyways, this investment requires a lot of work, but in some cases, you can live off of your investments here if you play your cards right. So today is the day where we're going to be putting ourselves in every possible situation, no matter if we like it or not. But before we continue, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications by hitting that bell icon. Now into the video. First off, I want to define the two types of real estate investing. First off is the physical form of investing in real estate. This is where you go out and buy a home. At this point, you can either live in that home and let it increase in equity, then when the time comes, you can sell it for a profit, or you could flip that home, which means that you're putting money into that home to gain more equity and you can sell it sooner than you would if you didn't put too much money into that home and you just let it gain in equity. The second thing you can do with this home is rent it out to tenants. Then that will pay for the expenses with the home as well as some monthly profits. This takes quite a bit of time and a large payment to renovate it and a large down payment when you buy the home. The second type of real estate investing is in real estate index funds. This is where you put some money in a fund. Your money is taken and invested into a home by an expert. This is less profit because you're working with other people and you're putting money alongside other investors, but this is less work for you to do. For the sake of this video, I'm going to only focus on the physical investment in real estate. If you want to see a video where I talk about index funds of real estate, then comment down below that you want to see it. The first pro is equity gain. If you're only planning on investing in a house to live in, then you will still be making money. Appreciation is the only thing that's gaining you value here. You'll be losing money through taxes and through other means of losses through the house. So you will gain value throughout time, but you'll be losing a lot of money in the short term because of maintenance and tax and other things that come up with the house. With the current climate of the market, homes value appreciate very quickly as the demand is ever growing. This makes your investment quite passive after you've sorted out the logistics and complications with the home. The great thing about equity is that there are many ways to increase your equity in the home. The first thing you can do is get rid of all the bad debt on the home. This is super important if you want to have as much equity in the home when you sell it later on in life. The way to know how much equity is in a home is to take the value of the home and subtract that equity by how much debt there is in the home. The outcome will be the amount of equity you have in the home. The second thing you can do to increase your equity in the home is to throw money into the home. No, it's not getting a truckload of money and pouring it into the home. It's doing things like painting the inside of the house, adding on an extension, making it a duplex instead of a single dwelling home. This gives you quick equity with the home and is what a lot of people who flip homes do to gain large returns on their money. The third and final thing to do to let your equity grow in the home is to wait it out. Real estate appreciates in value a lot compared to other investments, so the longer you invest in real estate or own a home, the larger the amount of equity there is in the home. The final thing to focus on with gain equity is to actually look at neighborhoods that are good when you're buying a home. This is a pre-home investment. The better the area of your property, the quicker the home will increase in equity and value. It is much better to have a smaller home that needs a lot of work on it in a good neighborhood than having a bigger and nicer home in a crappy neighborhood. As they say, location, location, location. This is the long-term profits in real estate investing. The short-term profits are less risky than other short-term investments in things such as the stock market, which in this case is renting the home out to tenants. Many people who are financially free buy homes and rent them out for their expenses. They also use a technique called house hacking, which is when you buy a duplex, triplex, or quadplex and you live in one unit and rent out the other vacant units. Renting is a passive income stream when we're talking in terms of real estate. It gives you a certain return on your money each month, no matter if we're sure that the equity is good in the home or not. Renting out a home lets you make a certain amount back on your money. Let's say you're getting $10,000 per year from rental income. The amount you put down on the actual home was $50,000. That's 20% back on your money just from rental income. There are techniques that you could use to expand your real estate portfolio, but that's for another video. There are never just pros to something, like I mentioned before. So here are the cons. The first con is that investing in real estate properties is like running a business or having a second job. So if you're working a 9 to 5 as well as planning on working on real estate, then you'll have to spend the majority of your evenings on finding a property when you get home from work, as well as the weekends. There are so many elements to investing in properties, as well as tons of problems that come with it. A lot of the time when there is a problem with the property, especially when you're renting it out to tenants, you will have to drop everything that you're doing and either go fix it yourself or call someone to go fix it for you. This is why a lot of people opt to invest in real estate by using real estate index funds. The second con is that when you invest in real estate properties, the assets that you created are not liquid. This means that if there is a problem, then you won't be able to access those funds and asset value. It is all tied into the property. This is why investing to rent out properties to tenants is good. Whenever there is a problem, you will always have enough money or any extra money to help fund whatever problems, journeys, or whatever you're paying for. It should never come to that because you will always have 3 to 6 month emergency funds, right? The third and final con is that there is a learning curve. You'll always make mistakes in real estate no matter how much pre-education you have. There is a large learning curve. You may lose money on your first or second property because of a bad tenant, or that you spent too much on renovation, or that you spent too little on renovations, or you put too much or too little on the down payment. There are always going to be mistakes. That's alright. Just make sure that you know this, that you are prepared financially and mentally to make these mistakes. Looking at both the pros and cons are important because there are so many people on the internet who only focus on the good sides of a business or the bad sides of another competing business. Real estate is complicated. There are so many factors that go into the success and the failures in the real estate world. This investment can definitely become a more passive investment after the grind is complete and you have a property all set up. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. I really appreciate it. Real estate is something that I'm definitely trying to work hard to have a lot in my future portfolio. I feel that it is smart to have at least one property, be it for renting or flipping the house or just buying it to live out of. Your net worth will definitely increase a lot just from buying that home. Anyways, thank you again for watching until the end. Like and subscribe with those notifications on, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!